Dogs are considered man's best friend for a reason. They're loyal, love unconditionally and are companions for life. So, when animals are found abused, it's hard not to want the abuser to be punished for their misdeeds. When the founder of the rescue organization Dogs Deserve Better discovered multiple dogs chained up in a yard, she simply knew she had to help. With time running out and the conditions of the animals deteriorating rapidly, Amy Hines realized the animals' lives were at stake. Thankfully, she had all the skills to handle the situation, and these poor dogs were about to get a whole new lease on life and a chance at happiness. Dogs are meant to run free and enjoy the world around them. Unfortunately, for one dog they had only known a life being tethered by chains. However, an unexpected rescue would soon grant her the freedom she longed for, and those first steps were an absolutely magical sight to behold. Located in Smithfield, Virginia, Dogs Deserve Better is a non-profit animal rescue organization that has rescued thousands of dogs since they were established in 2002. Their main mission is to prevent animals from being tied up outdoors, and bring them to homes where they will be treated as family members and no inanimate objects. It would be a cold day in 2015 when the founder of Dogs Deserve Better, Amy Hines, would discover a property in Kentucky with quite a few dogs chained outside. Looking miserable and alone, with no form of shelter in sight, Amy didn't feel right about the situation at all. Since the dogs had been neglected and obviously exposed to the elements, several of the poor pups had frostbite, while others suffered from parasites and malnutrition. Amy thought one of the dogs had actually died, but upon closer inspection she realized it was still alive, but barely. Who could do this to such precious animals? Even though Amy was visiting Kentucky for personal reasons, she knew she couldn't leave the neglected animals behind in good conscience. Immediately, she went into rescue mode, contacted the local authorities and tried to reach out to the owner of abused animals. Time was of the essence and she wasn't going to let them suffer for one more minute. Amy decided to do a quick sweep of the property to see if there were any other animals she might have missed. During this time, she discovered a shed where one of the dogs had found shelter. She also had 3-month-old puppies as well. Realizing the matter was even more urgent, she tried to get a hold of the owner once more. After finally getting the owner on the phone, Amy was able to convince him to let the most vulnerable dogs be rescued. A week later she returned to collect the mother and her puppies, but the dog's owner decided to keep 3 of the remaining dogs. Amy was determined to get the remaining dogs out of the owner's care, and began to work with local shelters to provide the animals with bedding and food. Sadly, one of the dogs passed away before Amy was able to come back, but she did manage to rescue the other 2 dogs. After it was all said and done, Amy was able to rescue 8 dogs. All of them were sent to the organization's rehabilitation center. In a special video posted on the Dogs Deserve Better Facebook page, the footage shows the dogs as they enjoyed their first freedom run on a 6-acre field. Let's just say the dogs were more than appreciative. The clip begins with 2 of the dogs nervously making their first steps on the grass. As they continue to take more steps, they finally break in a momentous run. You can almost see that magical second when it clicked, and she realized she was unchained, reads the video's caption. The rescuers can be heard commenting on the happy dogs, with one mentioning how they always find the mud puddle on the field. It seems that after all they've been through, they deserve a few jumps in the mud. Splashing about in the puddle, one of the dogs ventures out further onto the property than she's ever been before. For the first time, she is enjoying being a dog and it's simply magical. 2 of the dogs soon break out in a game of chase, pouncing on one another and enjoying playtime for the first time in their lives. It seems both animals couldn't be happier. As you can imagine, the video was a hit on social media. It was shared over 5,000 times and received over 80,000 comments. Other people who have rescued dogs praised the organization for all they had done for them. One viewer made the following comment on the video: "I wish all chained dogs could have this opportunity to run like this. No animal deserves to be chained or sitting in small crates. They have 4 legs and need to use them." Other commenters also chimed in on the precious video. Such freedom and joy, just love the video. Thank you so much for giving this dog the freedom it so deserves. Very uplifting and happy to see. Another commenter agreed, stating, "This is how precious dogs should be, free to run, play and be happy, not tethered for their whole life, which is unacceptable, cruel and inhumane." Thankfully, this video isn't the end of the dogs' journeys either. All 8 were put up for adoption, and most of them have already found their forever homes. Now they will be treated the way they should, with love and comfort. A final statement on the Dogs Deserve Better website revealed that all of the dogs had found homes except for one, but they were confident he would be adopted soon. Never have we seen such broken spirits transform so quickly. One of the greatest endings out of this ordeal was that the former owner saw the error of his ways. We love this story. Not only were the dogs saved, but the owner was educated, and will share his newfound knowledge with others along the way. We hope the rescued dogs live the rest of their lives in peace and with never-ending joy. If you like our video, then please hit the like button. And also, if you are new to our channel, then please click on subscribe button to never miss new videos from our channel.